All right, so some of the questions you should ask while dating or while you're in courtship, in no particular order. Let's say, first of all, you ask your partner, what are your marriage fears? Now you know that you want to go into marriage with this person, and this person probably has fears. There are people you'll be talking to about marriage. People are dating, everything is going on well. This person loves you, this person loves you. However, when you talk about marriage, the person is a little withdrawn. Probably the person has fears. You just can't tell. So it's necessary to ask, what are your marriage fears? What are those things that you think would make you not want to get married? This person might have experience from the past. This person might have grown up in an environment where he or she did not see happily ever after, as in did not see people get married and they're all happy and marriage is doing well. This person the fear might be legit, but if you don't ask, you will not know, and if you don't know, you will not know how to help. So it's very critical that you ask your question. Most times it could even be something like childbirth, because I know someone that didn't want to get married because she was scared of labor pain. You can imagine that. So we had to get to the point where we had to make her understand that, see, your mom went through it. People are going through it. Even minors most times are going through it, right? The joy that comes after that process is usually much more beautiful than the pain you went through. We had to actually talk to her, and she got herself to the point where she now prepared her mind for it. So imagine she never talked about this. Probably till now she wouldn't have been married. Probably after marriage she would have been avoiding taking in. Probably during pregnancy she would have lived with so much fear, and it would have affected her in one way or the other. So it's very necessary that you talk about your fears. It's very necessary that you discuss these things. These things are legit. Now, before you start asking these questions, you should prepare yourself as someone that is mature enough to handle the responses you will get. So if you ask me, what's my marriage fear? Do I have any fears at all as it concerns marriage? And I tell you, yes, I'm scared of childbirth. And now tell me, are you not a woman? Why will you be scared of childbirth? Everybody gives birth. I will not trust you again to dish out any information as it concerns our dating, our courtship, or any whatsoever. I may lose that trust for you. Do you understand? So before you get yourself to the point where you want to begin to start asking questions, prepare yourself to be mature enough to receive the responses that will come. And like I said earlier on, they may not come the way you expect them to come, but be mature enough to receive them, even if it comes as a shock to you. Be mature enough to chest it, and then know how to now go about it. Another question you can ask also when you're dating, I said that in one of the examples I cited before, what are your expectations for marriage? So for example, someone like me, maybe the expectation or the pictures I have when it comes to marriage could be, if a family filled with love, everyone looking out for everyone loving on each other. Like, I'll just stay there, I'll just be here, and my sibling will call just to check up on me. Maybe when I'm a little low on cash, I'm thinking of who to call. I'm thinking of my siblings because of the bond we share. You understand? That could be the picture of the family I have. That could be my own expectations for my marriage. Meanwhile, for my spouse, it could be, these children, when it comes to education, I will go all out. Now, if I know my spouse's expectation and he knows my own expectations, it will help us balance out our marriage. So when he's going all out when it concerns education, I know that, okay, this is what he really wants. I'm not saying, no, school is not the only thing. Because this is the picture of the marriage he has, and this is the picture of the marriage I have. So by the time I'm telling my spouse, I think we should have family time. We should intentionally create time that we call family time, so that during that time we play games, we do this, we do that, we bond. Even when my spouse is at work, he's making time for that family time. So you see that on the days we have family time, he makes sure he comes back home early just to respect that family time. Why? Because he understands that this is my own expectation. This is the picture of the kind of marriage I had even before I went into marriage. So it's very essential that you understand your expectations. You understand what you expect. You understand the picture your spouse has as it concerns marriage. Then, while creating expectations, I must say this, our expectations should be realistic. Don't want to create an expectation that will cause quarreling. So while creating expectations, our expectations should be realistic. Our expectations should be reasonable. Our expectations should not come with so much pressure. Marriage should not come with pressure. Like, naturally, there are pressures everywhere. So let's not use our hand to create more pressure. If possible, let our expectations ease the pressures that are already naturally on ground. So our expectations should not come with pressures. Now, something else you should understand about expectations is that, yes, our expectations might be different, but they should not be too far apart. Because when your expectations are far apart, it makes it difficult. It makes it difficult for the both of you to get to a point where you can balance out your marriage. So your expectations should not be far apart. And then something else is that expectations does not create a perfect marriage. So I've told him everything I expect, so he should respect my expectation. I see rhyme. Respect what I expect. Oh my goodness. Anyways, back to the class. So expectations don't create perfect marriage. There's no perfect marriage anyway. Your expectation is just like a guide. Your expectation helps you balance out things. It helps you understand your spouse. It helps you know when to respond or what to give more attention to in your marriage. It does not create a perfect marriage. And then don't forget that in marriage, there should be room for compromises. So when your expectations are all over the place, your partner's expectations are all over the place, there should be room for compromises. You should create, at that point, you now have to create your priority list and then know which to drop so that your partner's own can fit in. It's the both of you that are getting married. Both of you have expectations. So we're not running with one person's expectations. We're running with both parties' expectations. So we have to now, maybe if my expectations are now too much and my spouse's own is too much also, we now create our priority list, know which to give our 50% attention to when it comes to mine and my partner's expectations. We know which to give much attention to and which to give less attention to. Do you understand? All right, that's about that for expectations. The next one will be having kids.